I first met my husband when he came as a musical director to Covent Garden. I was already there, had been there for 2 years singing there. And I first met him when he was looking for the cast for The Battered Bride. My first impression was he was very tall. That's the first thing we all felt. He was very tall. He was 6'4" man. And the first impression was really, for all of us at the time, a very, very good impression, because he was a person who was able to make friends with people very quickly, and everyone he met, his approach was an easy one, and so the person felt at ease. This was one of his wonderful gifts, I must say. He was so approachable, and that we found actually in Covent Garden as working with him, that we could always go to him and he would help. He understood singers very, very well, and he breathed with you. And that is from a conductor is something that's wonderful. He held the breath with you, and he was always there when he was with singers, really something very special. He rang up to ask me if I would be available to sing with him in Würzburg, at the Würzburg Festival. That was the first time that I saw him after leaving Covent Garden. And it was there, I think, that really we realized that there was something more to our feelings for one another, and that was when really it started. Yes, that's when it started. We got married in January of '63. And for about a year, I still had certain things which I had to complete, and I decided that I didn't want to go on with my profession as it was, that I preferred to have a home and live a private life. And I've never regretted that to this day. It was the absolutely wonderful thing for me.
Why can't we sometime ring up these people who were involved with us?
Which people? Nice. Which people?
Well,
I don't make jokes.
We found Kastanienbaum from a visit with friends who invited us here for a meal. And when we were hoping to build a house somewhere else outside Lucerne, he suddenly said, you know, we're thinking of selling this house, and we liked it so very much, the old house. Would you be interested in it? And we said, yes, of course, but we have to have a big room for music, and this really doesn't have a big room for music, which my husband would need. And so then came the discussion about, well, perhaps we could build something on to that house, which eventually we did, of course, and where we're sitting now, just is. My dreams and hopes as a young girl was always to sing at Covent Garden. So I felt, you know, when I finished at Covent Garden and I married Rafael, that I'd really reached that dream. And so I think that was also a part and the reason why I felt that it was right for me to give up my profession, that I didn't mind, because I had really reached what I dreamed about, and that was it. My husband was doing the first complete recording of the Mahler symphonies for Deutsche Grammophon and for the Bayerische Rundfunk. And he came home one evening and said, look, I would like you to sing the fourth. Keine Musik ist